Hello everybody, my name is Roshni Vinod from the Department of Commerce. Today we will be dealing with another important doctrine or principle with respect to the Companies Act, that is doctrine of constructive notice, and an exception to this particular doctrine of constructive notice is the doctrine of indoor management. So we will see what these are in detail. First we will look at what doctrine of constructive notice is. Now, as far as a company is concerned, it has to register all of its public documents with the registrar of companies, and at the same time it has to maintain all of these documents in the registered office of the company as well. So that means these documents are public documents. So because these documents are available in the registrar of companies, and because registrar of companies being a public office, for the same reason whatever documents that are given there or that are maintained in the registrar of companies, they are all public documents. So they are made available by paying a small nominal fees. Anybody can visit the office and go through the documents of any company that is registered with that particular registrar of companies. And also these documents are also made available in the website of the registrar of companies. So for the same reason, these documents are or any person who's dealing with the company or getting into a contract with the company, the main understanding is that the person would have gone through the documents first before getting into a contract with the company. So he cannot deny the fact that he has not gone through the memorandum of association or articles of association, or he cannot say that he was not aware what was written in those documents, because these documents are made available with the registrar of companies, or it is even available in the registered office of the company. So this particular section is provided in section 399, and it allows the person to electronically access or make a record or get a copy of any document of the company from the registrar of companies by paying a small fees, a nominal fees. Now, what are these documents? These public documents includes memorandum of association, articles of association, as well as certificate of incorporation of a company. So the assumption is that the person would have gone through these documents before entering into a contract with the company. So this presumed or assumed notice is known as constructive notice. So this assumption that he has gone through these documents before entering into a contract or transaction with the company, that assumption is known as, or that presumed notice is known as constructive notice. Now, the exception to the doctrine of constructive notice is what is meant by doctrine of indoor management. So basically, doctrine of constructive notice helps the company or protects the company from any allegations from the public. Now, this is an exception to a rule. Now, just because these documents are public doesn't mean that the company or any person dealing with the company need not physically come and verify the internal affairs of the company. So the reason is there that the public documents are made available, they can go through that, but it is not necessary for them to physically come and visit the company and understand or believe it physically. So it is enough that they should have gone through the document, that will do. So they need not physically visit the premises of the company or factories of the company to actually understand for themselves whether the company is acting as per what is given in the MOA or AOA. So that is one protection that the members or the shareholders or the outsiders are getting against the company. So constructive notice, what's a protection for the company from the public? Doctrine of indoor management is the opposite to that, or the corollary to that is that the public need not physically come and verify what exactly is happening in the company. So the belief is that whatever that is happening in the company is as per what is given in these public documents. So that is the protection that the doctrine of indoor management gives the public from the company. So if an act is authorized by the memorandum or articles of association of the company, then the outsider can assume that all detailed formalities with respect to the company are observed in doing whatever act that the company is taking up. There are certain exceptions to this doctrine of indoor management. Now, when can a person cannot get the protection under this act is what is given in the exceptions of doctrine of indoor management. Now, if a pub's outsider or the public is having an actual or constructive knowledge that whatever is happening in the company is not as per the memorandum of association or articles of association, it is against the memorandum of association and articles of association, then they cannot take protection under this particular doctrine. Number two, if the outsider or the public is totally ignorant of the memorandum of association and articles of association, and this is one important exception. Now, like I told you, constructive notice says that these documents are made available to the public in the registrar of companies or in the registered office of the company. But in spite of that, if they're not going through what is given in the memorandum of association and articles of association, they cannot claim protection under this doctrine. Now, if the outsider behaves negligently, now the outsider has every or had every reason to believe that whatever is happening in the company is there is some fraud happening in the company, there's some forgery that is happening in the company, but then he was ignorant about it, or he was totally negligent about what exactly is happening in the company. In this case also, he cannot claim protection under this act. And in case of forgery or fraud or misproper conduct on the part of the public or the outsider, then again this rule will not, or this doctrine will not apply. That's all for today's session. Thank you so much.